be totally transparent and honest here. I've been really overwhelmed and quite burnt out in the development of my business. I've been building it now for the last 3 years, and then we of course had COVID. My book came out right when COVID hit. So I just kind of felt like it was whammy after whammy after whammy. And honestly, the last month, my mother, she said to me, she's like, when are you going to get a real job? And it really hit me. And I've just been going and going and going. But the thing is you can go and go and go, but you could be maybe on the wrong track of the process, right? I mean, I've done Tony Robbins, I've done Dean Graziosi, I've done women's network stuff. I've done so many courses. I've spent a small fortune on my education. And I had an aha moment when I was talking to Queen. There's no better word to describe Queen than Queen. She is just absolutely phenomenal. She comes from a heart-centered place. She's authentic and she's real and she's direct. She calls you on your shit, basically. And I love people like that because that's more or less how I work with my clients as well. So I felt like a real connection there. And she said some really powerful things that I felt like it brought me back home. It brought me back to my original reason for why I was passionate about helping my clients to begin with. And so I was so grateful for her time, and she made a little extra time for me. She created a beautiful space where I felt very safe to be authentically myself and vulnerable. And I just am so grateful for that time that she shared with me. And there was no mention of any kind of upsell or opportunity. It was truly authentic, and I was so grateful for it. And I felt like I had a new start today. I woke up and I felt motivated again to keep going.
Awesome. That's so awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I know Queen will be so happy to hear that. She's not here today because she's hosting another call for us somewhere else, but that's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much. And before we go to Audra, I just want to say this is what G and I had figured out when we started working together, is that all the things out here, all the masculine stuff is not where the change takes place. It's really coming back to yourself. It's where it starts. Like, we can all figure out or pay somebody how to post a YouTube or how to run a funnel, or we can figure all that shit out. But if we're not aligned in here, it just becomes such a struggle and you lose that fire and that fun. So thank you for sharing something. I appreciate that. And then I'm going to turn it over to Audra.
Good morning, everyone. I also met with Queen yesterday, and I've had my business now for almost 4 years. And so we recapped that and discovered that it wasn't really like business basics. It was the next steps. And she was able to identify something in myself. She was like, I love your voice. Have you considered doing more speaking? And I was like, it is on my manifestation to be a keynote speaker. So we actually created a game plan, gave me step-by-steps of how to go about seeking that out, to add it, to continue to farm the season I'm in, since I shared yesterday that I'm in this place of famine right now. And we talked about really how that is a farming situation for me, where I'm just really working on spreading the seeds everywhere I can to continue to expand and grow, and that soon that the harvest will come from that. And so she just, like, we got down into details. We created a step-by-step game plan, and just really focused on making sure I'm viewing it as a farming experience and not just sticking in a famine experience. So I was really grateful for that mindset shift and practical steps.
Awesome. Thank you.